We're starting. All right, we're live, dude.
Cool,
So you had,
man.
oh yeah, let me throw this up on Twitter real quick, and we're ready to go. We're live. Stop in, drop your questions. Hang out with Jeff and I for a few. Well, let me tag you. How's work today? While I'm doing this.
Another day in paradise, brother.
Yeah.
Slowly counting down.
Yeah, man. How long is it gonna be? Do you think?
I don't know, man. Like I said, the corporate health insurance is awesome.
Yeah, I know.
But that's the cool thing, man, is that there's so many different paths that people can take when they're becoming an entrepreneur. They don't have to just quit their job and go all in 100% financial risk. There's different ways to do it.
Yeah.
It really just depends on what your lifestyle can tolerate. For you, you're single, you don't have any kids that you know of. And
I hope not.
yeah, and you can take the risk of saying, all right, I might be good in 6 months or I might not. And for
Yeah, and I
me,
mean,
my number one priority is making sure that my wife and my children are taken care of. That's the reason I started Rugged Legacy.
no,
Is I
exactly.
wanted I wanted my family to be taken care of with something that was going to be around for much longer than I am. I want my kids' grandchildren to be reaping royalties off of Rugged Legacy.
Yeah, and I mean that's what I want to do with Ground Shark too. Like for me, it was. I mean, it really started because I knew that, like me personally, I couldn't stay there, you know. But part of the reason, like, I'm building equity in like a physical business instead of drop shipping or like an affiliate site or anything like that, is because it's like I can pass that off, or if I sell most of it, I can pass off whatever I have like as mine. You know, like it's an asset. It's not just an income stream. Like if you make your living selling other people's products through like an email list or something like that, like yeah, it's a bit of an asset, but it's not quite the same kind of an asset as like a physical, like all of it, like your recipes for me, the roasting profiles, the beans, all of the relationships, like the name. There's a lot that goes into it.
Oh yeah, definitely. But at the same time, you get that sense of pride saying,
Fuck yeah.
I built this. This is
This is
mine.
mine. Yeah. This is me. I did this. I had help from my friends, but I did this.
Oh yeah. I learned a lot, from hell, just about everybody I talked to. But one thing that I made sure of, and it may be different for everybody else, but when I was getting started with Rugged Legacy, I didn't tell anybody I was going to do it, but my wife.
Dude, I didn't tell anyone about Ground Shark. Like I no one like I started a drop shipping store too, and I didn't tell a soul.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that you have to be really careful. Like there's a lot to be said for like verbalizing your dreams so that you kind of almost make them a reality. But at the same time, like there's also a lot to be said for like what was I gonna say?
Just getting
Uh,
it done in the shadows.
yeah, getting it done in the shadows and then like not telling people, because when you tell people, hold on, I'm starting up. Okay, I wanted to like oh shit, hang on.
What was I going to say?
Mute. There we go. I opened up our live stream in another window so I could watch, see if anyone comments or anything. Um, but what was I gonna? No, it's when you say what you're gonna do, you get the same dopamine hit that you would as if you actually did it. It's just not as strong. So it's a bit
Right.
of like, I think that's why you get people who consistently say, I'm gonna do this, 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 and it's like they never do anything. And like, I think that's because they just get wrapped
Well,
up in that.
well, they hype themselves up so big that they think they've already made it. And then when one person, just one person says, okay, so when are you going to do it? What have you done to lay the groundwork? That just pops that bubble and they get so devastated because they've been riding that dopamine high
Yeah.
and they're
And
just like,
they haven't actually done the shit to make it happen. And like,
yeah. And they're like,
we've all been
shit,
guilty of that.
you're right. I haven't done shit. And then they're just so down on themselves that they don't even start.
And you gotta find a way to kind of like ease that in, you know, like
Oh, yeah.
people come to like people all the time are like, man, I've been thinking about doing this. It's like, why haven't you? And they're like, oh fuck. And you're like, come
Yeah.
on, you can. It's
Like,
not like I'm not trying to like shit on you or anything. I'm just like, why haven't you started? Like it's a but we've all been there, right? Like that was me a year
oh,
ago. It's like, why haven't you started? It's like, well, I don't fucking know because it's hard. It's like, well, yeah,
right.
you should start.
Yeah. And what's funny is I didn't tell anyone but my wife that I was going to start Rugged Legacy. Well, and of course, the people that I had, with the startup team.
Right.
But I started telling people that I had started my own company the day after you ordered your cologne. Yeah, the day after you ordered your cologne. Because I think you and I had only been talking for maybe 5 days at that point. Because everything happened real fast. But when I
Yeah.
told people, hey, look, I'm going to start my own company. I was thinking about starting my own company, men's grooming products. I've got cologne, pomade, beard balm, mustache wax. Going to add other products, onto that. And everyone I told me it was a terrible idea and that it would never work. And what's funny is the day that I launched live with pre-orders, I made over like $350 in revenue on day one of launch.
Yeah.
And so when they turned around and told me that, well, it's never going to work, I showed them the revenue. This was from yesterday, and yesterday alone, bro.
Yeah.
Eat a dick. Go eat a dick.
It's like
Right?
off. Exactly. I mean, that's how Ground Shark was too. Like I had God, I think we did almost 50 pounds of coffee the first week with all the
Nice.
pre-orders and everything we did. And then I mean it died off for for a month or two. As like all the pre-orders were the people that I was like trying to sell to. I mean, so a lot of that I gave away because it was like Hunter, Ed, Goldman. Like there's like a whole group of people that I like gave coffee to because I wanted them to have it because I was like, there's like Hunter Drew was one, Ed Lattimore was one, where I was like, I want you guys to have coffee because you've been like, I've been reading your material for forever. And it's like, you guys have given me so much. Like, I want you to have the coffee. And even if you like it, I would love support. But if not, consider it a gift, you know?
Yeah. And Hunter Drew contributed to Rugged Legacy as well. Like, just the same way I hit you up on Twitter, the same way I hit up Ed Lattimore and hell, everybody else pretty much. I hit him up in a DM. Yeah, I just hit him up in a DM. I was like, hey, Hunter, you and I haven't really interacted much. I think I've been on Twitter for like 8 days. I said, you and I really haven't interacted all that much, but I'd appreciate any kind of feedback you could give me if I sent you some mock-ups of the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, my graphic designer, who's living in Berlin now, he had sent me like an 8-page mock-up or eight different options, and I sent him to Hunter, and he was like, "That one, yeah, okay, cool." So I took that one. I didn't really like it all that much because it looked a little bit like a prep school logo,
Uh-huh.
and I took some elements from some other things because I'd gotten feedback from a bunch of different people and kind of combined them into what it is now.
Yeah. You
And
got a badass logo, dude.
I appreciate that. The guy who did my logo, if anybody is interested in getting some work done, the guy's been doing it. I've known the guy for 20 freaking years. We grew up together. His mom was one of my teachers. I could definitely put that information out there. God and his wife, they'll build e-com sites, custom WordPress sites, any kind of branding work that you need done. Guy can get it done. Fantastic, fantastic work, and just solid guy too, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Our logo designer actually did it for us for free with the expectation that we might eventually pay her or at least give her a ton of coffee. And so we've given her a ton of coffee. Um,
Well,
I'm
I knew
looking,
my guy for
I'm
20
looking at our
years and I
logo
still
now.
had to pay him.
Do what?
I said I knew my guy for 20 years and I still had to pay him.
I don't know. My business partner has some connections that he kind of leverages, and we have a um one of our printers. She does stuff for coffee. And actually, now that you mention it, I need to respond to an email she sent me yesterday. I've been so wrapped up in this, I never responded. Um, but yeah. So okay. So how much time are you got? How much longer you got? Like
Uh,
10 minutes?
I should be home. I should probably be home in about maybe 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So
So we got a
let's
little
get on.
time.
Let's get on the unemployables and give these people what they actually came for.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that.
Sorry, guys, went off on a tangent.
But I guess I mean, that's important, right? Because like that's why we got here, right? You got here because of
Yeah,
Rugged
that's how we
Legacy.
got here.
I got here because of Ground Shark. Dan's actually doing the thing that got him here right now because he put off so much work to make this happen. He can't be here tonight because he's got to catch up on everything. But he got here because of Are We. So like we've all got our
Thanks,
own
Dan.
companies, and yeah, big shout out to Dan. Um, but we've all got our own companies, and that's like what brought us here. And then part of the reason, and like this whole team came together because we were all working together kind of independently on other stuff, and they all just kind of coalesced into one big thing. And now we can give it out to all of you guys, which is really cool. Like it's been really cool to watch the support and everything from people above us, and then people that we're helping, and everyone on different steps of their journey has been, at least to some extent, like even if they don't sign up, they're like, good luck, like this is awesome, you know.
Yeah, and what's really cool is we want all of you guys watching to succeed to the
Absolutely.
level that Nick and I are at, and even beyond that, because we're not stopping. We're going to keep going.
Yeah,
So we want you guys to get into the spot in your lives and in whatever venture you guys are doing. We want to help you get to our level and then surpass us. If you guys can surpass us, we know we've done a damn good job on getting you guys rolling. I mean,
absolutely. And what I've been thinking a lot about today is like we've already, I mean, with just the people that we've gotten in today, it's like they all know stuff that we don't, me, you, and Dan, like we have a wide breadth of stuff that we've done, but it's like there's gonna be people in there. There already is people in there that know shit that me and you and Dan have no clue about. And like really the power of this is the community of it. It's everybody there. Like with every person who signs up. Oh, hey, what's up, Philip? With every person who signs up, the like it gets a little bit more valuable, you know?
yeah, each and every person that joins the Unemployables, it's basically a tribe. And every single person that joins is able to contribute value on some level that
Yeah.
no one else there can. And
Yeah.
that's what makes it beautiful and that's what makes it work. Because I know a whole lot of stuff, even in writing our course, I taught you plenty that you didn't know. And
Yeah.
you taught me plenty that I didn't know. And you've been doing this longer than me, but that makes no difference whatsoever in
Absolutely.
in business, because there's so many different types of business and so many different avenues that you can go. And that's kind of how the Unemployables came about. Is you, Dan, and I were basically a bunch of different ingredients just laying on a damn table. But when you threw them together, you got a freaking filet mignon and garlic potatoes ready to go.
Yeah. And I mean, it's cool. Like even Tiger from Tiger Productions, he when he saw I was trying to go live earlier and having problems, I was tweeting about it, and he straight up called me and he was like, "Hey, let me help you." And he walked me through it start to finish on like how I can use Periscope on my laptop, which you're not really supposed to be able to do, and like how you do it. And it wound up being like 30 seconds of lag, but it was cool. Like it's like, and that's exactly what we're talking about. Like he's not a part of this yet, but maybe he will be one day. And but it's like that is exactly how this like should be, where it's like he's 19 years old, right? He's now 5 years less than, like 5 years younger than me, and he
Yeah,
called me up.
I have a son his age, and he's able to teach me crap.
Yeah, dude. And that's to me the cool, like the absolute coolest part of this is like it starts with me, you, and Dan. And now at the end of today, we'll have whoever signed up today, and that'll be like the core group. And then we'll keep adding to that, a little bit more every day, a little bit more every week, month, year, whatever. And like eventually it'll just turn into this like awesome little like awesome big, even I say little, but big like mastermind of people going their own different ways, creating their own businesses, building their own empires. And like at the end of the day, if this thing does like what it can do and like what I really, really like believe it should do and what we can't like what we will do is like it'll be the glue that sticks together a bunch of like movers, shakers, and producers 5, 10 years down the road. You know,
Oh yes,
like
absolutely.
the
Like you
crew.
look out right now, I don't live far from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Mhm.
You go out there to Charlotte and you see the Bank of America Stadium. You see, all these different huge conglomerate corporations all lined up across the skyline. And one day, the logos that are lining the entire skyline of Charlotte, North Carolina, are going to be logos that belong to people that are in the unemployable.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
That is how big it's going to be. That is how good this opportunity is, because so many people always, you get questions, I get questions. It's always, how do I start? What do I do? Who do I talk to? How do I do this? Well, there's a billion different ways to do it.
Yeah.
And
But a lot
if
of
we
times,
could get if we could get 50 different people in there with 50 different ways to do it, your barrier to entry to owning your empire has been significantly lowered to the point you don't even have to do anything but baby steps.
yeah, dude, absolutely. And every time like especially like these guys that got in today and all the people that are getting in the next week and the next month or whatever, like they're grandfathered in at that price for forever. Like we're never going to go back on the people that have been here from the start and raised their prices. Like they're taking a chance on us right now. And they come in at that low price, they're grandfathered in at that for forever. And it's like,
Oh yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
care if this thing gets big enough to where we're charging $400 a month. These people will never pay a dime more than what they're paying right now. That's
yeah,
it.
exactly. And like that's so cool because it's gonna be like it's the old guard, We're gonna
Yeah,
be there
exactly.
from the start, building shit together, making badass stuff happen. And like one day we're gonna be able to look around and be like, I know that guy, I know that guy, I know that guy. He taught me everything I know. Like all it's like it's very
Yeah,
cool.
one day down the road, Rugged Legacy, whoever's running some department, whether it be R&D or whatever, is going to reach out to a guy whose grandfather was in this group and be like, "Oh yeah, these companies go way back together."
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, and that right there is a legacy.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's something you can leave
yeah.
behind, man.
Look at that. Look at it. I brought it full circle.
I know you
Brought it
did.
full
I
circle.
know you did.
Brought it full circle. But yeah, man, it's going to be fantastic. And so there's going to be partnerships that strike up in here that you would have never been able to make any other way because you would have never interacted with these people.
That's the beauty
You
of
know,
it, man. Like right
you and
now,
I would have never met whatsoever had I not started Rugged Legacy.
yeah, and if I had never started Ground Shark. And I mean,
Yeah.
right now, right now we've got like most of it is coming from Twitter. But I mean, over the next couple weeks and everything, we're going to be talking to people in the real, like in the quote unquote real world and like through other means. And like, I know my like plan for this is to really reach out to like every corner I can think of because it's like
Oh, yes.
with Ground Shark Coffee, I have a specific niche in selling too. With Rugged Legacy, we have a specific niche. With Daniel's watches at Arwe, he has a specific niche. But with this, the niche is entrepreneurship, which means anyone
Right.
who wants to start any kind of business in any way will have something to take away from this. Like we've already got like the speakers that I've been talking about that like I can't wait to bring in, man. We've already got
Oh,
one guy,
yeah.
one
I
dude, Dan
talked to
and
Johnny
I.
Noble. Johnny
Yeah, I
Noble's in.
know he's in. We've got a guy who makes over 7 figures off of a piano course. Um,
Nice.
and he's coming in to talk about like starting an online course and to start like that whole thing. He's coming in. Um, my barber who started his barber shop 2 years ago on his own, like just went all in on it on himself 2 years ago. Now his prices, he's raised his prices every 2 or 3 months since he started, and he can't keep the damn doors closed. Like
That's
he is
awesome.
absolutely crushing it. He's like, I think he's charging like 35, $40 a haircut now, and he's like, I need time off, man.
That's
So
great.
he's crushed.
Look,
He's agreed to come
yeah,
in. Oh yeah, you got to go, huh?
yeah. I just rolled up at the house and I got to go get some stuff for my son who just got his
All
first
right.
job. So
Nice, dude. Good for him.
I'm hoping he's miserable and decides to go into the entrepreneur side of the
Hey, you know what, man?
coin there.
Even if he doesn't, it's one of those things. Love what you do, no matter what it is. Like
Oh yeah,
one of the
as long
one
as
of
you love
the
it.
yeah, absolutely. And there's so many
But
people.
because that is a cliche, though. A lot of people say, well, if you love what you do, it's never work. Well, bullshit. It's,
It's work.
I love my wife, but being in a great marriage is a lot of work.
Yeah,
But I don't love what I do, but I do love being good at what I'm doing.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And
And
so
I
if I'm good at something, I'm gonna love it while I'm doing it.
definitely, dude. And on top of that, I would say like a lot of people say like I love what I do, so it's okay that I don't have any of the freedom. And like yeah, and like if you really mean that, good. That is awesome. Like
Oh yeah. Yeah.
entrepreneurship, like we talk all about this, how it's amazing and how it really like opens up your world and all that. And I mean it's very, very stressful, but it's very freeing at the same time. And like for me and you, that freedom is worth the stress, but for a lot of
Yeah.
people, it's not because it is very stressful. And like
Oh yeah.
it's a cliche thing for entrepreneurs, especially brand new ones, to hate on the 9 to 5. But at the end of the day, it's like those people, when you get to the point
They've
where
got
you hire
guaranteed
people,
weekends off.
yeah, they get guaranteed weekends off, they get evenings off. I mean, and even then, like when we get to the point where we start hiring people, we need those people. So like if we shit on them now, they're gonna see
Yeah.
that and they don't want to work for us. And if they
Yeah,
do,
we
they're
can't shit
gonna
on not we can't shit on 9 to 5ers. We came from 9 to 5ers, and we're gonna have to hire people who are born
nine
and
to
bred
fivers.
9 to 5ers who love it. And
Yeah,
I mean, you still can't forget where you came from either.
exactly. And like I can't stress enough that like I absolutely hate it when people like over the top shit on the 9 to 5. Like it's not for me,
Oh
it's
yeah,
not for you, it's not for everybody. That's okay. And if it's not for you, you have no choice. You have to act on that. You gotta go do something else, or you're never gonna be happy. But until that point, like, or if I mean, if it is for you, if you do like it, like, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing. It's a
no,
good thing that I mean, at the end of the day, it's a good thing that you don't feel like you need to stress yourself out all the fucking time like we do. Like, you're gonna have a
exactly.
lot like more pleasant of a life. It's the
Yeah,
reality of it.
yeah. I couldn't have said it better, man. But you can keep on. I'm gonna hop out. I gotta
All right,
go
man.
take care of some business, man.
All right, I'm gonna run
Later.
too. Take it easy, dude.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah. Talk to y'all soon.